This is one of hopefully only a handful of times a year that you're seeing me in a serious mode. And when you have this kind of weather across North Texas, it certainly calls for that, okay? So just take note of that. 60 to 70 plus mile-an-hour winds tomorrow, quarter to golf ball size hail, maybe even larger. And then a few tornadoes cannot be ruled out either. That's all in the forecast. So here are the concerns I have. My number one concern tomorrow is those 60 to 70, maybe 75 mile-an-hour or stronger winds. That's my highest concern tomorrow. And then I'm equally concerned with large hail and tornadoes. And I mentioned, we could see hail the size of golf balls or a little bigger tomorrow. And then, of course, a few tornadoes. The highest threat right now is east of the Metroplex, but that doesn't mean you can't have one in Tarrant County or locations west of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So again, and then, of course, we're looking at, half an inch to an inch or more of rain. Right now we're dry, but here's the storm system out to the west. There's Phoenix. Had a couple severe thunderstorm warnings, and look at the snow that's falling. I mean, it's falling just outside of Phoenix and areas to the north, some snow down to the south in southern Arizona, and that storm system is tracking our direction. So right now we're clear. Here's my forecast, and this is the new data. Overnight tonight, watch this. A little bit of rain here off to the southeast. Now watch what happens tomorrow. So we're kind of quiet tomorrow morning. Could be a little bit of spotty rain, but here's noon tomorrow. Watch this. Caps in place. Here's 2 o'clock. Now remember what I showed you earlier at 3 o'clock. We had those thunderstorms pop up here. This new data is showing that the cap holds at 2 or 3 o'clock. Now, would I bank on it? Absolutely not. I've done this too long. You've seen this too many times too. There's a whole lot of things that could go wrong, but I just want to share with you the latest data, and I'm anticipating a few isolated thunderstorms tomorrow by about 3 o'clock. My hope is the cap's strong enough, and you're sitting at home going, well, why don't you know if the cap's strong enough? Well, we can't measure every square inch of the atmosphere. If there's just enough of a weakness, that'll allow a random or an isolated thunderstorm to pop up. But again, back to the new data. There's 3 o'clock. Cap still holding. Could have a little activity at 4 o'clock down here by Canton, or Athens, but look what's happening back to the west. That line of storms is forming. There's 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. There's 7 o'clock. You see what I'm talking about? 8 o'clock, cold front's on top of Dallas. The timing hasn't changed. 9 o'clock, there we are. And then behind that front, we will have wind gusts late tomorrow night throughout the overnight of 50 plus miles per hour across the area. And then a little leftover rain Friday at 3 o'clock in the morning. Some will straggle through pre-dawn on Friday, and then still some really strong winds on Friday. So here's the wind forecast. By 9 o'clock tomorrow night, winds of 37, 46 at 3 in the morning, 5 a.m., 50 mile per hour winds, and 7 a.m., 43. Tonight, just a little bit of rain, maybe a rumble of thunder, nothing severe. 60s the low tonight. We hit 77 tomorrow. 100% of North Texas sees rain tomorrow. The sun comes out on Friday. We hit 63. It'll be a pretty breezy day, if not a windy day on Friday. Saturday, breezy 72, sunshine Sunday 75. We hit 80 on Monday, and then more rain in the forecast Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday of next week. I like that rain as we are now in the beginning. Today's March 1st. It's day 1 of meteorological spring. So rain is a good thing around here, given the fact that we can just shut everything off and immediately go into a drought. So stay alert tomorrow. This is not a day to let your guard down at all.